Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so took the liberty of dropping in the example shot just so that we could see sort of what was going on. So I could see what was going on with the building despite the parked car. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that section, dump that rest of that layer, because we might end up using it. Do you have a high-res version of this file that you can... Yeah, okay. Just get me a one-to-one crop. I don't need the whole file. I just want a one-to-one crop of exactly what you see in the center of the screen there. Okay. I absolutely don't need the whole thing. And if you can apply the same kind of black and white toning to it, even better. Figured that way the upload would at least be less painful. Don't waste time just trying to match it. Just get it close-ish. I'll do the rest. It's mostly as a reference, and you'll see when I cut this up what I'm planning to do with it anyway. I actually have no idea how to fix this yet. I've had a quick think about it, and I'll show you a couple of techniques. Hopefully they'll pay off. Oh. That's the whole image. Stinking idiot. I'll take it. Alright. I'll probably thank you later. Right, let's delete that then. File open. Let's just take that section and dump it in roughly the right spot. Okay, cool. Right, so let's pull up the chat window. No worries. Right. Okay, so first plan is we're going to clone. Well, Actually, step one, isolate this lassie here, put her on her own layer. That's step one, because she's foreground, we don't want to take the top of her head off, and we do want to leave her in the shot. Then we're going to clone the curb that way. Alright, and that's relatively straightforward because there's no real data there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at taking sections of this image from here, okay, and pasting those in here, right, and using this reflection detail here, mirror it down, fade it out, flip it upside down, and try and get a bit of a fake reflection into it. This column, that's a straight shot down to the ground, that's no problem. This black stuff here, I reckon probably copy that and flip it and just paste it in. So we'll get started. So first task will be cutting out your body, here, and if I'm honest, because the image is quite grainy, she's quite small in the frame, there's not going to be much to it, and it is only the section of her head that meets the street that we're concerned about at all anyway. What I'll do is I'll rather have a selection that takes too much than too little, because I can just visibly mask it out later. So we'll take that much with the magic mask. That's pretty good actually, and we'll plonk that on the top. Okay. Alright, now next bit will be that section of building. So Control-Shift-J, toss that onto a new layer, ditch the rest. So we'll whittle that down gradually. I set it to 50% opacity and just try and line it up. I mean, your positioning is uncannily accurate. I mean, like, you are practically on top of the damn thing. That is remarkable. Okay. Reveal all. Yeah, just no shit. I just didn't leave marks on the ground where your tripod was. Jeez. It was top effort. Right. Let's just nix the obvious crap. Right, now that's where that woman's going to transition into the front of that damned car. And a little bit further up, we're going to get car wheels creeping in. So right, so that's most of the work done for us, if I'm honest. Oh, now you tell me, you goon. Right, tone it the same as the one that you've just given me. Literally just copy and paste the tone in, and just upload that center section. We patch that in together, okay? While I'm just cleaning up this, cleaning up the pavement here. Okay, sweet. Download. No thanks. Just carry on to the download. Still a big file. But that's fine. Can't speak to. Okay. Let's take that. Drop it in here. And toss it above there. I mask it out. You know what? I should have actually just hidden the whole damn thing, and then we'll paint it back in instead. Right, so this is coming together real quick, and what we're going to do, because they were basically two of the same frame, I'm going to just color correct them to match your toning real quickly and real easily. I'm going to keep the original steps, like the ones that I've just cloned out, because that fits better to my eyes. Okay, we'll clean up her head in a sec, and what we're going to do is this post that's emerging from the top of your friend's head, I'm going to remove just with a bit of cloning because I don't like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to toss, I'm going to Control Shift Alt E those together. Did that stamp all? That stamped all. Oh, what's Control Shift E? No, that's everything. Control Alt E. Control Alt E? No. I just want to merge those together into a... I hate this. I'll just do it that way. I can't remember the button. Right, toss these into a group, and then what we'll do is we will add a layer mask to the group, and we will chop out a bunch of that image. Okay, and the only reason I'm doing that is so that I can quickly throw in a curves adjustment layer here and just adjust the tone of that image. I actually need that up here, and I need it clipped to the group, which is shadow, deep. Which way around is this? Blend, clip layers as group, layer mask, hide effect. I just want it to only blend inside the group. Which option is that? Virgilo, can you remember? I thought it was the knockout. I don't think it is, because you see the knockout has basically taken everything out. Oh, I can't remember. I'd normally just clipping group it between the two, but I don't really want to merge these two layers together yet. So I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll merge those two layers together. Oh, God's sake then. No, that's not it either. Right. I'm going to merge those two layers together after duplicating them because I can't remember the bloody buttons. Right. Hide those. And then just clip that to that. Okay, because otherwise we're going to be here all night. I don't want to be here all night. Right, so let's bring those tones up to match in the middle. Alright, I'm going to assume that shadow is part of the deal here. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so the shadow's part of the building anyway. Okay, and then all I need to do is on this layer, just going to bring it across a little bit, make the posts line up, paint out the artifacts on the left hand side. I'll clone out that little artifact there in just a second. Am I painting? I'm painting the wrong way. Okay, so I'm just going to clone stamp that little artifact out there and then get rid of the thing off her head. And then we're good. I'll just double check what we're doing is sane. See if there's any major discontinuity. There's a little bit of grunge in the bottom left there that I will paint out. Because I did say I preferred the original curb, so let's keep that as we promised. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flatten everything below now together, because the rest of this work is just standard cloning. So I'll just be very careful, keep your clone source and your clone destination in a nice parallel line. Right. I'm not going to humour you and use the stamp tool, because I know you love the stamp tool, and I'm not going to do it. Alright. You could try and use the stamp tool. I don't get along with it. We don't speak. So I'm just gonna go ahead with the brush there. And then on yeah, I know you love the patch tool. I know you do, that's why I'm not using it. You can probably use the patch tool just fine there. Just paint her out. Oh, why am I in difference blend mode? I must have smashed some keys there in my haste to merge layers. Lucky we're quite a long way out actually, so this layer masking is, you know, doesn't need to be neat. How do you avoid clone source to not hit some weird stuff? Are you using the healing brush? Because the healing brush goes absolutely spastic around edges, like really, really bad. Whereas the clone stamp is 100% predictable. All right, like it will just copy what you tell it to copy. It won't go crazy. So yeah, you want to watch for that. I'm just buffing in some snapshots here, so don't panic. I'm going to revert this, and then I'm going to snapshot it, and then I'm going to go back to snapshot 1, which was the snapshot I was working at. I'm just going to trigger a history state there and make a new snapshot, so that's the latest one we're at. So 3 and 4. I just want to clean up the curb a little, I think, because it looks a little right. So if you look at my clone stamp settings, I've got a line set. So what that means is when I'm going to put the clone source where the cursor is now, tap, and when I start painting, you'll see the little crosshair follow. Right, I'm on the wrong layer, so it's not going to do shit. Right, you see it following me across there? And I just paint in a nice straight line. Okay, which means that if I'm picking up any parallel lines... okay. It's different tracks of different volumes, very annoying. There we go. If you're painting nice parallel lines, keep them going. If you're doing fine... I mean, look at that, right? Like, that's I can wiggle. I'm painting up and down now, right? But because I got the clone destination in exactly the right spot, I'm just painting a clean. It's completely clean. You can't identify that it's doing something. You know, you're not skipping across boundaries. So the center dot on that, just on the top of that pixel row, come over here, get the crosshair just in the same spot, and then you're on the same thing again. You know, you're on a clean. So now I'm basically cloning directly on that guideline, like literally straight across. So anything I pick up, it's just going to preserve that nice hard edge. And yeah, you don't want to, like, if you get like an offset by one error, you'll end up in a mess. Now, we've got a discontinuity here because the curve on one side is higher than the curve on the other, right? And we've come quite a long way, and I got reckless and flattened the image, and the reason is that we've got, this is the start of the curve, and I've used the left hand of one column and the right hand of another. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come back to snapshot 3. I'm just going to steal this section of the image. Right, I'm just going to clipboard it, and I'm going to paste it in, right, and just line him up like that, and just bring in a little bit more of that curb detail, okay? Because it actually just made a bit of a tit of it, cloning it basically. So fade around the top edge, down in there. Right, now the important bit was that little step, because we've lost that. We've lost that little step. And it looks weird. Right, so I'm going to merge that down and take that little step across with me, basically, and then I'm going to double check on the other street layer. I'm going to copy that, paste that back in over the top, toss it into the right spot, which is getting harder to do now. We've removed the other detail, and just compare what I've got by toggling it on and off. Okay, so there's a bit of hard edge detail in there that I'm missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal all on that, blot it out, set the layer transparency right low, and then just paint in a little bit of that dirt detail. Basically, set that a little higher. I don't like that curve being shiny white, basically. Doesn't look right to my eyes. Now we've got a bloody van in the way there, I think, haven't we? Do we have a van in the way there? I've forgotten what I've got. Yeah, okay, there's a bloody taxi in the way. So what I might do, just to finish the cell on that, is merge that down and then copy it and flip it, because we've got the columns repeated. So just take that, transform it, take it over there, and content, well, drop it in there first, content aware scale it that way, merge out the stuff that we don't need, and let it rip. Just a little bit more content aware scale. I mean, this is really, we're really zoomed in here, so you're basically the only person that's going to see this, alright, because nobody else is going to notice, but that's what we do. Alright, so we paint that out. So at 1 to 1, that's what you have now. Flatten. Stamp that. Snapshot that rather, and that was the original. So snapshot 3 was the original. So there you go. And the reflection's not quite as distorted somehow. I guess heat inside the building, pushing out the glass. I don't know, but yeah, by stuffing together elements of the clean shots that you do have, it's a lot easier than trying to invent detail. And I don't think that looks dodgy. I mean, like, we're flicking between the two, so we're able to see what's going on. You know, to me, I think it looks all right. What I might do, just on account of that reflection, because it is weirding me out just a little bit, is bring that in, and then up with a head.